see if it's on this.
Yep.
Facebook.
We're live now?
Well, we're live on Facebook. Like we were talking, multi-platforms, right? So.
The Book of the Faces.
Facebook. Colin James, Facebook.
That's what they called Facebook in the Middle Ages. The Book of the Faces.
Book of the Faces.
Yeah.
You're up on the time. So we're going to go on with Colin James right now in a minute. Very, very special week here in London with the CCMAs. It's really cool that we get to have that in our city. And Colin's performing on Sunday, too. No pressure. It's only broadcasted across the entire country, but he says that's no problem. So we're going to go on, and guess what? We're going to play the $102,000 mystery mixtape as well with Colin James.
I am so excited.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
I want someone to win so bad.
Imagine you helped someone win $102,000.
I'd be calling them.
Yeah.
Where's my 50 grand?
Yeah. We'll go splitsies with it.
Tell you what.
All right, Colin, we're going to go on right here, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Welton says she loves you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awful sudden.
You just met.
Just like that. Sea change.
Well, good afternoon. It is 1:05. You're listening to 102.3 Jack. Brady here. Special live cut-in right now. Because, of course, you got to cut in live when Colin James is in studio.
I'm here.
Hey, Colin.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's good. It's hot here.
It is hot.
Wow.
It's not the heat. It's the humidity is
That's
what they say.
Yeah, Vancouver got all fall-like last week. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting that eventually. The snow's going to be here, so we'll take the heat right now.
There you go.
So you're in town for a very special weekend. Of course, the Canadian Country Music Awards are on Sunday. And it's all Canadian Country Music Week here in the city. So it's so cool that we get to have lots of artists into our city, including you, because you're performing on Sunday night, correct?
Yes, I am. I'm playing with Tim Hicks.
Yeah, Tim Hicks, who's an up-and-coming Canadian, turns out to be like a superstar lately, right?
Yeah,
like he's just everywhere.
Nice guy, too.
Yeah. So I would consider you. I'm actually kind of nervous talking to you, to be honest with you, because you're like a Canadian legend.
I don't know.
I would consider that. And I know you probably hear these kinds of stories all the time, but like my first true memory of listening to the radio was to a Colin James song.
Wow.
Yeah, and I know I don't want to date yourself or anything like that, but I remember being a little kid in the back of my dad's car listening to Y95 in Hamilton, and Chicks and Cars was on. And I was just like, can we play that song again? Can we play Chicks and Cars again? And then my dad's like, well, that's not really how it works. Like, we gotta wait. So every time we was in the car, I was like, when's Chicks and Cars going to come on?
I was talking to Tim today, and he remembers when we played the Friendship Festival in Windsor. It was Tragically Hip in my band. And this is a fair amount of time ago because he was kind of a kid. Yeah. And I talked to him at that thing apparently, and he remembers it. But yeah, I remember me and Gord Downey sitting on the stage talking. It was early days for both of us.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. So obviously you watched did you get a chance to see the Hip on that final tour?
I haven't. I saw the tour.
Yeah.
I saw the second Vancouver show, and I really enjoyed it. It was fantastic. I have not yet watched the broadcast.
Yeah, well, the great thing about that tour is that they changed their setup like every show, right? So you see songs on the broadcast that you didn't get to see live, and it's phenomenal.
What I loved about it, because I know Robbie a little bit, and but I never really sat and watched the show, and it was fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a mix of emotions, right? You're excited. I mean, when they played Fiddler's Green, I was. Whew.
Yeah. Well, he's fascinating as a performer. Gord Downey is such a engaging performer.
It's as good as it gets.
Yeah,
for sure. So, I mean, you're as good as it gets too. We got Colin James here in the 102.3 Jack studio. Super excited to have you. So you have your 18th album coming out. 18 albums.
Yeah.
How do you remember the words to all those songs?
There'll be an inside joke somewhere there. There's someone laughing right now.
Is that an industry secret?
Well, it's just. I mean, a lot of it's wrote. The other day, though, I forgot the words of Why'd You Lie, and there's hardly any words in that song. It was so embarrassing. I went for the second verse, and there's nothing,
You just keep playing a little instrumental, and no one knows the difference, right? You meant to do that. Yeah.
It is tough. I mean, a lot of people use cheat sheets and whatnot. Of
course.
There's ways around it, but there's a lot of songs. Yeah, it's tough.
Well, after 18 albums,
at least
that's
we're not doing
songs.
Little Big Band lately, so I don't have like 4 albums of that stuff to have to deal with.
So Blue Highways, that comes out on October 14th, so that's just like a month away almost, right? So that's pretty exciting. Do you remember when your first album was released? What platform was it released on?
Well, it was vinyl. I mean, yeah, it would have been vinyl for sure.
Did it ever get released on a cassette tape?
Oh my
Colin
God,
James?
yes.
Do you remember the cassette tape?
Of course I do.
Who doesn't, right? You remember when you actually had to get a blank tape and record songs off the radio to make your perfect mixtape?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I remember going to watching mastering, because now people master on computers.
Times have changed a little bit.
Mastering, for those who don't know, it compresses and it
Making it sound just a little bit.
well, it just puts a little punch in the bottom
Right.
end and whatnot. Takes out the ragged bits, you know. But I remember going to a place where they were, mastering on vinyl. They would never do that. I remember watching the wax, and it was cool.
I'm sure you've seen so many things over your career, and it's so exciting. We could talk forever. But a nice transition to the mixtape here, Colin James, is we have this contest going on right now. That's called the $102,000 Mystery Mixtape, where people can win $102,000 just like that, instantly cash in your pocket.
That.
That's pretty good.
How exciting is that?
So when you came in, I said we got to play this game with Colin James, because maybe he's got the perfect mixtape that will win $102,000. And then we kind of got to thinking, well, what if he actually wins? Should we actually play with Colin James? And we said, well, okay, well, let's.
and they said no. Of course not.
That would be pretty good publicity, actually. But we want you to play with one of our 102.3 Jack listeners. So right now we're going to play a bonus edition of the $102,000 Mystery Mixtape. If you would like to play right now, how about you give Jack a call? 519-690-1023. Caller 10 will play next with Colin James. He's going to pick your 3 songs for you, and he could potentially win you $102,000. Imagine that. You'll have to give him
a lot of pressure on me, though. But I'm going to do my best.
But if you win, I mean, you could get a certain percentage. Maybe they'll.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll talk later. Okay, so 519-690-1023. We'll see if you're going to be playing with Colin James next. Hey, Jack, caller 1, keep trying.
Hey, Luke, you want to meet Colin
Hey,
James?
Jack, caller 2, keep trying.
Oh, you all do.
Hey, Jack,
These
caller
are the
3,
lovely
keep
folks who
trying.
work at JACKfm.
Hey, Jack, caller 5,
We got Matt
keep
Loop.
trying.
Matt Loop, Colin James.
How you doing? Nice to meet you. Well, hi.
Hey, Jack,
This is Jan
Hi,
White.
Colin. Very nice to meet
Likewise.
you. Big fan.
Awesome.
I'm bigger.
No, you.
No.
There's time to take pictures. You got 3 minutes.
I'm gonna take a picture of you, take
All
a
right,
picture of
Colin.
him, really meta.
Oh,
What,
is this what's happening?
3 songs you got there, buddy?
Okay. Brian Adams, Summer
You got
69.
that, take it.
Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk.
Love it. 17.
This is the last one I'm having trouble
Okay.
with here. Do I go Ed Sheeran or do I go CanCon? Maybe you guys snuck some CanCon.
Hey, we don't know. I don't know what it is.
Well, that's Brian Adams' CanCon.
Brian's CanCon.
Yeah.
Sorry, of course he is.
So we got song 26, song 26, 17.
Let me see. Brian Adams, Bruno Mars. Who guys you throwing Bob Seger? No, wouldn't you?
Hey, what do you think?
No, I don't think so. It's too old. Corey Hart? No.
Okay, I'm gonna get our caller on. You take your time there. All right.
I wonder who takes longer
Hey,
to pick their
JACKfm,
song.
who's this?
Colin James are the winners.
Glenn,
Yes.
caller number 10, my friend.
Sweet.
You're gonna play with Colin James in a couple minutes here. He could potentially win you $102,000.
I'm working for you, man.
That would be fantastic.
I'm trying.
Glenn, meet Colin. Colin, meet Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
How you doing, Colin?
I'm okay.
Glenn, what's your last name?
Young.
Glenn Young. All right, so he's got 2 songs picked right now. We just need the last one from Colin James. So far, he's got Brian Adams, Summer 69, Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk, and we're just waiting for that last one.
I'm just waiting on this last one. I've got to figure the right thing. I think
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go Eurythmics.
Eurythmics? I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay.
All right,
I
so
hope
he's
it's
got Eurythmics is song.
What was our odds again?
They're okay.
They're massively large.
36.
Yeah.
So 26, 36, and 17. All right, so we're gonna get ready.
I assume that combination has been played already.
You know what? I can tell you it has not. I can guarantee you.
Can
it
you
hasn't.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Because we've only played this is the first week of it, so
Okay,
I can
I
kind of
see,
remember
yeah.
which ones.
We post all the wrong guesses too up on our website,
Oh, that's
guessed.
wow.
so people can see the
trying to help people out,
combinations,
yeah.
right?
Nice.
All right, Colin James and Glenn Young. Okay, I'm gonna get this ready right here. We got the game intro. This is kind of the behind the scenes of how everything happens here.
Glenn, you got any suggestions? You happy with my suggestions?
Oh, they're locked in.
Well, if they're locked in, I'm happy with them.
Glenn loves them.
I would have gone with some tragical hit myself, but
Well, we actually probably should have put
But
tragic.
then
fail.
you're thinking that they're thinking that. I don't know.
Yeah, here's the thing. We don't know what it is.
Who picked it?
It's a
computer.
It's, honestly, it's a computer
random.
program.
It is
It's
absolutely random?
It is locked away in a safe. We have a sealed envelope with the answers that we can't touch. That if
Okay.
it was, it's legit.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
legit. All right, Glenn and Colin James, we're gonna play the game right now. Okay. Oh, the man himself, Colin James. You know that song, right?
Just came back to eat a pie.
There you go. It's 1:15. Colin James in the 102.3 Jack studio. We got Glenn Young on the phone. Hey, Glenn Young.
how are you?
Hey, not as good as you because you're going to play the $102,000 mixtape right now with Colin James.
Fantastic.
The $102,000 Jack Mystery Mixtape on 102.3 Jack.
So this is exciting. Normally, you text in and you have the chance to pick your own 3 songs. Maybe it'll win you $102,000. Today, Colin James, you picked Glenn Young's mixtape. That could potentially win him $102,000.
Oh, come on. Wouldn't it be amazing?
That would be pretty cool. Glenn, you would be forever indebted to Colin James if he did this for you.
Absolutely.
He'll buy your entire discography on every platform. Okay. So now here's the moment of truth, Colin James. What 3 songs do you think are going to win Glenn Young $102,000?
Well, you can overthink something like this.
Absolutely. And there's 50 songs to choose from. They're great.
Yeah, yeah. So I went with Bryan Adams' Summer of '69.
Great tune. Okay. Song 26. Got it.
I went with Bruno Mars' Uptown Funk.
That's song 17. Got it. 2 good ones so far, Colin.
Yeah, yeah. And I think on my third one was it again, my third?
Eurythmics.
Eurythmics.
That's
song
right.
36. All
Sweet
right.
Dreams.
So we got song 26, song 17, and song 36. Glenn Young, that could win you $102,000.
I'm in.
All right, I'm going to punch it into our system right here. We're going to play back your mixtape right now and see if you've won. You ready, Glenn?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Colin, that's a pretty good mixtape right there.
I thought so.
Yeah. If you were to make that for a car ride, I think that would be pretty good.
Sure.
So the computer's tabulating right now, Glenn Young. I have my answer here on the screen. Colin James, Glenn Young.
I was absolutely sure.
Maybe you overthought it, Colin.
I was sure.
Maybe you did. Well, hey, it was worth the
It
shot.
was the Eurythmics, wasn't it?
I don't know. You're right. One of those songs could be on the mixtape, just not in that combination.
Yeah.
Glenn Young.
Sorry, Glenn.
No worries.
He tried. You know what, Colin? You did win Glenn Young a Little Caesars Hot and Ready Pizza. So there
Nice.
you go. Maybe we can even find one for you too. There,
Ready in 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm making up.
It's
the
hot and ready.
slogan.
It's immediately ready for you.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
There you go,
10 or
Glenn. Well,
12.
hey, thanks so much for playing. Say goodbye to Colin.
Colin, thanks a lot. I appreciate your effort.
More like
All right, man,
thanks for
thanks.
nothing.
Thanks.
Hey, any chance on getting any of those tickets to the show on Sunday?
Now you're stretching it.
I don't work for the show.
Now you're stretching it. Hey, wait on the line. We'll see now if you even get your pizza. All right. Wait on the line, Glenn Young. Hey, Colin, thanks so much for being a great sport. Good luck on Sunday. Thanks so much for dropping by, Jack, man. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Hey, all right. We might as well end it with how we started it. Colin James, Chicks and Cars. It's on 102.3 Jack.
Right.
Thank you so much.
I felt bad for Glenn, though.
Oh,
He's going to be depressed all
Let it go.
day.
Let it go. Just let it go.
He's probably
You made
in the
it.
room crying.